A friend's bike, little 450 YZ. So he bought it off of Facebook Market like this, with no engine, no top, no nothing. And the guy had said that it was water got inside. So he tried to fix it himself, but he couldn't. So my friend borrowed it to me, and he told me that whatever I can do. So the engine was already part of the top. It was already like this, it was already torn apart. So we already got everything and like all the pieces, but through investigating it, he brought it to me with no compression. So right away I thought that the top of the head, all these valves were out of spec. They were all out of spec. None of them were in spec, and so none of those were out of spec. So I automatically thought it was that, and then I put everything back to spec. All these clearances were out of spec. So all of them, they were all, except for one. I think it was this middle one was off. That's why I have it off, because that was the only one. But all of them were out of spec. And then I put it back together, everything, and then I tried to crank it over and with my compression tester, and I still wasn't getting any compression. So I was like, that's kind of weird. I have everything spec'd, I put it all on time and everything. And then after investigating some more, the guy had said that there was water inside. So I mean, the top of the head looks fine right now, like everything looks good, right? So automatically I was like, we're losing compression somewhere. So I started looking through the holes where the valves sit, and then I come to this side, and then I come to this side, and then I don't know if you guys can see, or anything, but on this side, on one of those seats, let's see if we can see better. No, maybe if I get in the sun a little more, maybe. I mean, no, you guys can't really see, but oh, maybe right there. Look, you see how it's broken? The seat inside is all broken. So I did some more investigating, and I think that's where we're losing our compression from. And then so we went to go buy a new one, I told him. And then when I tried to put the piston rings back on from the old piston that had it on, that went through the water, the piston started corroding a little bit, and all the rings, like, they weren't in spec anymore. So they came out of spec and everything. So I just told him to order a new piston instead. So we got a Wisco piston, a brand new one, which we're gonna put on right now, and then a new top head, which and then we'll see what's going on from there. And I think that should be it. And then also I saw a lot of I had some electrical components as well, and I saw that the YFZ450s had a lot of problems when in neutral the heat light would come on, which we're having a problem with that here as well, which I did investigating. Some people were saying the neutral, and some other people were indicating other stuff, but I messed with the neutral little plug right here, this little neutral, because it goes into the engine and it has like a sensor, and I was messing with that and I got it to crank over. So what I think, as that neutral switch, I think it got wet as well, which is not, the bike isn't censoring when it's in neutral. So when the bike doesn't censor it's on neutral, it won't let the bike crank over at all. So I've been messing with this a couple of days, and I got it to crank over, but I can't get it to crank over every single time. So if it cranks over, it cranks over for a second or two, and then I have to shut the whole key off and then try again, hold the clutch, and then it'll crank over. But if I don't hold the clutch and it's on neutral, it won't crank over. So I'm having a couple of troubles with that, and I'm not sure why. I've looked it up a couple places, but I can't really figure it out, or no one has the right answer to it. I see online that a lot of people have the same trouble, but I've read, and everybody that I've read has something different to say, so they fix something different, which is weird. So I'll let you guys know if I see anything or what I do to it, and see what fixes the culprit. But for now, let's get the top end on there and see what we can do. All right, guys. The piston is let's go piston, and then remember, guys, that the arrow is always facing. It's hard to see because of the sun, but the arrow is always gonna face the exhaust side. Okay, guys, exhaust side. And then when you put on your piston rings, just be patient with them. I know sometimes they are kind of hard to put on, but just be patient. You don't want to scratch the piston or anything like that, because once you scratch it, is, I mean, you know, oil can get through and stuff. But these rings, you see this ring grab, you want to have it at 180 degrees. You want to have this bottom one over here, or the top one, it doesn't matter which one you have which, and then the other one over here. Okay, so the other piston ring right here. And then always remember that the letters go up, always up. The letters, these have it on here, but these, they have like a letter right there. I don't know if you guys can see it right there. Yeah, you can barely see it, but it's up. And then there's two small little rings underneath right here. It's kind of hard to see because of my camera, but those are the oil gaps. Those are the oil rings. Sorry, you guys can't really see them, but there's two underneath, right? So you want one to be like right here and the other one to be like right here, you know. And then your two big rings right here and right here. And then the small little ring, the oil ring gap, is like a little wavy line. Just make sure, guys, that it doesn't overlap, because it overlaps itself sometimes and people don't notice that, and you'll get oil through that, and then you'll have oil through your exhaust the whole time, even though it's a brand new piston, because of that little little ring right there, that little wavy little ring. It tends to overlap a lot. So just make sure when you guys are installing it, make sure it's not overlapped. All right, guys. Hey guys, so remember, when you guys have your piston ring, just make sure, I forgot to tell you guys, make sure you guys have a lot of oil and stuff. You don't want to put anything of this dry inside, okay, guys? So remember, the arrow goes against the exhaust side. So what I like to do is I like to put the piston on right now before I put it over there, because I feel like it's easier to do it now like this with more movement than when it's inside the engine by itself. But also, I like to put the little ring inside already. I like to put it inside, and then I only put in one. Just be patient with that one, because I know sometimes it gets a little hard, but be patient. I only put in one, and then when I'm ready to install it, I slide it open, and then I put the other one on, which is right there on the bottom right here. It's kind of hard to see, but, and then right now I like to put it on and then have a lot of oil inside the cylinder as well, you know. Just you don't want to put any of this dried, because if you guys put it on dried, it can scratch the cylinder, and once you guys scratch it, it's done for, you know, unless you guys home it out or something, you know. It depends on the scratches, but it's extra work, you know. Might as well do it right the first time, or as much as you could, and then I'll show you guys how it is right now once I'm done. All right, so there, the piston's in. Just when you guys are putting it in, just make sure it goes in evenly. You don't want one side to be really tight, the other one really loose. And then this is what I like to do. I like to pre-put it in, like all the rings. Just be patient, guys, because I know it takes, and you get frustrated the first couple times. Just be really patient with all this, because you don't want any of this scratching your cylinder. All right, guys, so look, this is how I leave it pre-put in, and then I'll show you, and then that's all I do. You just put it in through that rod right there, and it's all already preset. And then I have the rod all the way up, and I'm not struggling with the engine and with all those things. I know it's kind of tight in there, so you struggle a lot. So this is what I like to do. I mean, I'm not sure if it's the right way, or, you know, I'm self-taught, so no one has really ever taught me stuff like this. I've just done it by myself. I've already done multiple, and nothing has been wrong with it, but I'm not sure if that's the right way or what. But this is what I like to do. It saves me time and effort. I'm not fighting with all those connections in there or with the tight space. I already have everything preset in here. All I have to do is put it through the rod right there, put it through the rod, and then put in that clip, and it's already all set. Just put it on my gasket, make sure it's all nice and clean. I like to put some I like to brake clean all this, like right here. I like to put all brake cleaner, make sure there's no oil or anything, because if there's oil inside, I feel like it doesn't seal as good. And as well with the engine, I like to put a little I like to put a brake cleaner all around that metal thing. Clean those gaskets as well, because those old gaskets are really tight in there. So make sure you guys clean them real nice and clean, like there. And then right now I'm gonna go to get a towel before I set everything in. I'll get a towel, clean it with brake cleaner, and make sure it's nice and clean. And I don't really like to touch it anymore with my oily fingers anymore, so I just like to set it down, put it in, and then put the bolts in, and then you guys are ready. I'll show you guys though right now. So with a little brake cleaner on the pad, I like just to put a little brake cleaner or whatever it is, just some brake cleaner, and I just like to go around it and clean all those surfaces, all these metal surfaces. Make sure there's no oil, no residue in there no more, and it's ready to install. And you see how, like, I usually grab a little razor blade and just clean those gaskets right there. I mean, I've seen a lot of people use different things, but I like to use a little razor blade. But the thing with the razor blade is you gotta be really, really careful. You don't want any like sharp and sometimes if you're not like careful, or you're too fast with the razor blade, it tends to like dig in, and that's what you don't want, because if you dig in, then you can have a leak through there, or oil leak through there. So just take your guys' time when you guys do all this, and you know, I mean, you guys are in a hurry, so just take your time and be careful with all that. And you don't want any the blade digging in at all, you know. I mean, if it digs in, I mean, I'm not saying it's okay, but as long as it's not like a fingernail like thick, I think you guys should be good. As long as your fingernail doesn't, like, you can't feel it with like a fingernail, I think it should be okay still. But I'm not sure. I've never had that problem before, so I'm not sure if it will. Don't take my word for it either, you know. I might be wrong for it, you know, but I've never done it. But just be very, very, very careful. So I just did that right there, and then I'll do the same thing right now with the top of this, and then I'll put the gaskets, and then I'll let you guys know when I have everything on. Hey guys, so back with this head. So I put this head on already with the piston. So I like to put on the piston, then the head, and then you tighten these, and then this one has 4 head bolts. So these have 4 head bolts. So watch, I'll show you guys. It has 1, 2, 3, and 4 head bolts. And then these call for 22 foot-pounds first, and then once you guys do that, you loosen that up, and then you re-grease them, and then after you re-grease them, you put 22 foot-pounds, and then 90 degrees on each one, and then go again 90 degrees one more time, so it'll be 180 in total. And then I like to let it sit there for 1 day so the gasket can mold, and then after that, the next day, we're finally here back again, and then we're gonna put on the top, the valve top, the top of the head now. Just when you guys put this on, make sure you guys have these valves nice and tight. Well, you can look at the clearance with the feeler gauges once you guys tighten up the cam chain and everything like that. But I'll get back to you guys right now, and I'll show you guys how. So guys, I'm back on the cams right here. Just when you guys put these cams on, just be careful with this C-clips. They're like little clips. You can't really see, come on, the camera kind of sucks, but they're little clips, and these things have a groove inside, so you guys can see the little groove inside. Just make sure they sit properly, and then make sure you guys lube all this up. And then what I've noticed that these cams, most of the times, they try to like pull forward, they go forward in place, and then when you guys try to put these caps on, the little holes don't correspond no more. So just be patient, and I tend to just push them forward. A lot of the time they just, you see how this one kind of went in kind of soft. You don't put too much force on them, just let it go in by themselves, you know. and it should go in. And then remember guys, so these have the timing as well guys. Just remember all your timings correctly and stuff like that. Make sure your timing correct. So how you can know your timing is your timing's in here, and then there's a little thing right here, and there should be a straight line corresponding to that. That should line up with this little dot right there. Can you see? There's a little dot that should line up with this, and this cam should be right here. And then same goes with this one, the opposite now. There's a little line on the cam, has to be straight with this surface, and this one's supposed to be straight guys. And that's how you know your bikes and timing correctly. Look guys, so can you see the timing is dead on both? And then let's see if you guys can see, there's like a mark in there. Here, let me see if you guys can see. I can't really see actually. Here, let me see. No, you guys can't really see, but there's a mark in there. Let's see. No, well, there should be a mark in there. It's a straight little line, and then you guys should have it at dead center right there, and that should give us right there, that should be all. And then just put on the cap, the little seal, your spark plug, and we'll test it out right now. I told you guys, just make sure your guys' timing's on right, you know. And then, so I haven't done nothing different. I just put on this timing, the little cap. I connected my 2 hoses, and then I put my carburetor back on. Make sure everything's super tight. You don't want nothing loose on here. And then I also just did the oil change on here. And then the drain plug is right here underneath the neutral switch right here, if you guys can see it right there. And then also make sure you guys drain this plug too on the bottom. Make sure everything's nice and tight. Make sure you guys have all your oil. And then what it calls for is a lot of people, I've seen that a lot of people just put it in here. And I've noticed that when you guys just put it in here, or they brought me motorcycles, when they just put it in here, it tends to like backfill, or it tends to like spill out. So just make sure you guys put it calls for a quart in here. It depends, like how we just did a rebuild right here. I would have put a quart and 2 liter quart, and then 2 liters in here, and then the rest I would put a little bit in here. I would put the rest in here until I see the dipstick nice and full. And then make sure everything's nice and tight. Make sure you guys connect everything. But right now we also have electrical problem, so I'm not sure what it is. I was just trying to start it right now with my hand, so it doesn't do anything. Like nothing. So for now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get a screwdriver. I'm gonna just get a little screwdriver, and with these 2 posts, these battery things, just hit them together, and they should spark, and it should turn over the engine. So that's how I'm gonna start the engine over right now. Make sure it runs, it starts, but you guys see the first start with me. So guys, right now, just for the start, I'm not gonna put the air thing or anything, and just the batteries are like this. I'm just charging it for now too, because it's all dead. But just make sure you guys have your switches for your carburetor. Make sure you guys go all around the engine, and make sure if you guys see anything untight, tighten it now. But for now, we have everything tight. We have coolant. We'll check the coolant right now. Let's check it right now. It's a little low, it's a little dirty in there, so we're gonna put some right now. And then everything looks tight, everything looks ready to go. So you guys will see right now. We'll turn over the engine together. So I guess put it, yes. So let me go here, put some coolant. I got some enginized coolant. Doesn't really matter which one you guys put, as long as you guys have coolant in there. Make sure it's nice and full. sure you guys cap it. Make sure you guys cap it, because it shouldn't do anything unless you have a blown gasket. Then it should do something. But all right, guys, let's go with the first start. We'll see what it does. Let's give it some gas. Let's see if it does anything. All right, so I'm gonna put some carburetor fluid. We'll put it down the drain. See what it does. Okay, that's the first start. That didn't sound too bad. That sounded good. So let's give it some fuel. Let's see. It's spraying in there pretty good. So it should start. That was nice. So look, guys, this is what I do, because the thing's not working. So look, if I just try to turn it over, I'm not sure why it's not working, but for now we're gonna do this. Not bad, guys. Not bad. Not bad. All right, I'm gonna just adjust the carburetor for now and see what it does. Probably the carburetor's a little, the idle screw. Here, let me give it some gas. Okay, that's not bad. That's not bad, guys. That's the first start. Sounds good. Doesn't sound like it's knocking or anything. Sounds pretty good. Let's see what it does. Put you guys right here. I'm gonna give it some gas real fast so you guys can see me. Here, I'll put you guys on the other side. It's a better view. Yes. Put you guys on the other side for better view. Put you guys on this side for better view. Okay, nice. Nice, guys. So that smoking right there, that's just gonna smoke for now because it's burning all the oil right here. I had a bunch of oil back here, so it's just gonna burn out the oil for now. I forgot that I didn't have the return lines on correctly. I didn't have the turn on, so it spilled a lot of oil. But now we connected everything, made sure everything was nice and clean. But it should smoke just a little bit because I spilled a little bit of oil. But I'll get back to you guys in a bit. See, once I adjust the carburetor on it. But there's our little project. Do it a little bit. So right now we have the key on. I'm gonna get my multimeter. So let's test some stuff out. So first of all, let's test this solenoid. See if we get any electrical. So to know that your fuse is good, just get the both sides, and then I put it on the reading right here, and it should sound like a clicking noise. That means it's good. But if you don't hear anything and you're touching both terminals, it means that your fuse is bad. So we're good here, and we're good here. So that's good on both sides. So we're still not getting anything. You guys see? That's weird. So we get the fuse is good. So Now let's test out. Let's put it in readings. See what we see. So I'll set it right here, and then this is my starter wire, so I'm gonna disconnect it from here, and then here. So okay, so let's try to figure out. Okay, this is black wire, and then so okay, I have an extra one because I bought an extra one. So let's see, this is the starter thing. This is our starter button. So see what wire goes into that. That goes I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's a white, red with the white, and black, red and white and black. But let's see if we get any electrical, if we have any readings here. So our black is gonna be our black right here, our ground. See if we have 12 volts to the reading. So let's see. One of these should have 12 volts, and then the rest shouldn't have anything. So let's go here, and then here, 12.6. Here, 0, 0, 0. Okay, that 12.6 is that the brown wire. While the key's on, so let's try to see if we get power now. Key off, black again, and we shouldn't have any power going into this anymore. So we know 0, 0, 0, and 0. So we know that our switch is good. That's how we know our switch is good. So we know our switch is fine. So we go back to, let's turn it on, go back, 12.6. Okay, so we know our switch is good. So we know our switch isn't bad at all. So okay, let's move on. So now let's see where that brown wire runs to. Let's see if we get power right here to the so we'll go black as our ground, and then see if we get power to these lights, to the light switches on the front. So 12 volts, nothing. Okay, 12.6. So we're getting electrical to our lights, so that's good. To our light switch. Oh, actually that's not our light switch. What is that? That's actually not a light switch. What is that? What is that? What does this connect to? This is to our... Oh, okay. That's our to our neutral switch. Okay. So let's plug that in. Okay, so we are getting 12 volts to that actually now. So okay, so let's do that now. See if so our lights on, and we're still not getting our lights. So oh, there it is. You guys see that now? That light turned on. So earlier I wasn't getting any voltage to that. So what I think is that one of these switches, I don't know if you guys saw that this switch was like off a little bit. It was like this, and when I probed it, it went in. So that could have caused the thing to go. So let's connect our starter now, our electrical thing, to see if we can get anything going now. So our 4-sprung and 3-sprung. Okay, so let's see what we have now. Let's see if the lights turn on. No lights. So no lights. Okay, we get something now. Okay, now that it is, we got something now. Okay, okay. Okay, we get something now. But I don't understand why we have to hold the clutch in, which is kind of weird. So let's do that. Let's see that. Let's do this. Let's go over here. Okay, so let's see now. Let's do it this way now. See if we do anything now. So, okay, that is good. Okay, we figured out our problem now, guys. It was simple. It was just this little switch that came off. Really simple, huh? Simple, but it had me going crazy, guys, because I couldn't figure it out last time. I would test my I would grab my testing thing and I would test it, but I would test it and it would give me 12. I mean, it would sound good, right? But I never checked that it was fully inside, so my mistake on that. But now we do get full continuity now. Let's see. Cool. Hey guys, this is the final product of the bike. I mean, he's gonna put some decals on it, so they're the plastic's a little scuffed up, but I mean, it's just the sun ate it all. But this is all the final product after it's all done, all put together. Not bad at all. Not bad. Nice little bike for sure. It was a great project to work on. It's the GYTR edition on it. Not bad. Thank you guys for watching. I was a little nervous making this video because it was my first one, and of course I missed in recording a lot of stuff because it was my first video recording for you guys. But next video, hopefully I can get more in detailed and more video quality as well. But I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys watching and sticking with me. Thank you.